I actually have to have another Joel emote. Let's see. Ah, Tiny Joel. Truly. Hello, male protagonist. Welcome. Hello, Kate. Welcome. I was not prepared to stream immediately. I was like, for sure, Kate is going to play one more game. Never have I been more wrong. Oh, fuck yeah. All right. Get ready to learn Icicle. Literally, yeah, I got this. Yesterday I did so good. Hello, Evil Eye. No, not today. Item room. Active. Nothing to do with tiers. Did I get a mine crafter? Holy shit. So I'll be missing context. I don't think you will be missing context. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, okay. I see your crane game activities, huh? Actives, huh? Yeah, that's tough. That's actually tough. I don't know the actives all that well. It's orange. If it was red, it would be in the ultra secret room. Might be like a battery? No. What the fuck's in... What's orange? And like... an active. Actually, yeah, what the fuck? Is data miner? No, it's red. Also, I think that's tier 0. 1 second, I gotta prove myself right. Look at that, Boza. Wait. Not black, huh? Just orange. Just orange. Orange, you glad I didn't say yellow? D10? Wait, that could be it. Yep. Me going through my head, I'm like, yeah, that hits all of it. Dio! JoJo reference? What? More than 13? And it's from Wrath of the Lamb? What the fuck? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. This is 13. Rosary beads, temporary tattoos. Not. Hope you're having a nice day. It's actually been like an extremely long day. More than 14? What the fuck? It's gray. Like Kate mentioned, I've been spending like almost all day just keeping the Discord for the deadlock event intact. Yeah, that was pretty annoying. I know Kate said it was like both of us, but let's just say someone was doing more work. Me. I. Thankfully, I don't really have much to do with the actual event itself. Flat penny. What the fuck? Gray, but like Wrath of the Lamb? And it's long as shit? What the fuck is this? Event? Yeah, Kate's Deadlock event. She's hosting like a petrified poop. What? It is just gray. Also, really? I thought that was like way earlier. Store credits not long enough. Does a streamer want back seating? I mean, if you have a guess, but if you already know the answer, no. What the fuck? Umbilical cord. That's not gray. That would be pink, I believe. What the frick? Oh yeah. To play the deadlock. You can be ass. You in fact can be ass. You might get stomped, but like you don't lose anything or gain anything either way. You know what I mean? So I don't think anyone would blame you. But I think people would expect you to put like some amount of effort towards it. Isaac's fork isn't long enough. What the fuck? NL's team is currently locked. You can't get into it. What is this? The Eve one. Yo, that's it. Nodders. Is Mouse teams canceled? No. None of the actual streamers are taking part of it. It's just in a community event. Although Mouth has joined his team as a cheerleader. Like real wars. True! Random effect? Shit. Remote items? You're. Now, not actual items that say remote, but remotes. Okay. Is this the box or moving box? Moving? Oh, fuck. I don't know how the hell that shit works. That's Jupiter. It makes you large, gives you HP, and like makes you fart, I think. These are all tier effects? Okay, never mind. Frick me. Makes you stupider. True. No. I know what the moving box does. I don't know how it relates to any of these. So Neptune, go Explosivo. Maybe I hate Isaac, actually. Maybe Isaac is bad. Crown Jupiter. Syringe Crown Jupiter. I mean, it would have to be this, I think. Items that give stat ups that can be lost. Yeah. Items with multiple sprites. Ah, it's one of those days. It's one of those days, chat. Items with multiple sprites. Frick you. You're right, but it's not what I was thinking, but I was still right, Lamau. I swear. This game is always like, oh, thank you for the follow. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna put this. No, Smelter had 2 sprites. Same! Every time that comes up, I'm like, I don't think it has that. Oh my god, I got another follow? What the hell? Wait, hold. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You are exclusively not allowed to have Cowboy Hat Caterpie. What the fuck? We have Kanto and Monotype. Unbelievable. Smoke 5 gifties, doesn't worry, a call out whiner. And then, motherfucker called out almost every single 5 gifted sub for the rest of the stream. Bro is absolutely up his own ass. Get it twisted. You think I didn't notice? Oh, I noticed. Bucko. Oh boy, he doesn't believe it. True. I used to remember when he used to thank every sub. That was a bit much, to be fair, but man, single type, final evolution. There's like a billion. How about Espathra? 0.2, easy. But it was nice. Middle evolution electric. If I remember correctly, there's not too many of these. Kanto, no evolution line. Ooh. Ooh. It's like the legendaries. Let's go with Mewtwo. I'm just trying to get like Pokedex entries. I'm gonna make an X here. Final evolution Kanto. Mr. Mime. I think that's a good choice. No evolution mono. Once again, like infinity Pokemon meet this. Like I could go like cast form, Sunny. Look at that boyo. That's my favorite cast form type, by the way. Okay, now I have to do this cross here. Middle evolution mono type. Underrated cast form for sure. I think all cast forms are underrated. I think Rainy gets the most talking because look at it. I mean, he still tweets. Bad times. I don't think he ever used to read my tweets. Man is on Twitter too much. That much is very true. That much is actually like unbelievably correct. One day I'll type in Chansey, right? Middle evolution monotype. There's like a lot of them. Don't get me wrong. I can answer this. I just don't know what I want to use. How about Drizzle? You think people remember Drizzle? Not really, it seems. There's even more time for doom scrolling. I don't even know if it's doom scrolling, to be honest. I know this is what it wants from me, so that's what I'm going to give it. Evolution electric. How about more Pecco? Not bad. All scrolling is doom scrolling. You have a good point. Wow, the lowest was 17. Holy shit. Most common Raichu? That makes sense. Look at this. Look at this. Gen 1 players, when they have to answer something, be like, yeah, Finally, a board Anna would have been able to get easily, by the way. Let's see. Least common is where it's at, though. Breaks in. Let's go! Cast form Sunny. Who would have possibly guessed that? Zapdos, Rotom Wash. That makes sense. Clefairy. Yeah, okay. Clefable. Okay. Toxtricity, Amps. And Slurpuff. Same as Espathra, to be honest. Not bad. Alright, gamers. Let me put this down. Thanks for the follow. Let's get back to... What were we doing? Oh, we're about to interrogate the defendant, right? Yeah, this bozo. Hello, Mackie. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. I have to wait for the feeling to go away. I know as soon as I start reading, I'm gonna sneeze. Don't... Oh, boy. The feeling ain't going away. I think I'm just gonna start reading so it goes. You withheld information from me. Why? Heh. Fumo? Of course. Eep! I didn't mean to withhold information. Okay, so you are a member of the Berry Big Circus, right? No, I mean yes, but no. I'm not really a member. I'm still new. That's irrelevant. You're still a member. Eep! Oh, he died. Let's try this again. Why didn't you tell us? Because it would have looked so suspicious. Me being a performer in the circus show, and me being friends with Bronco. I thought if anyone found out, nobody would believe I was innocent. Not even you, Kay. I thought I made it clear that I believed in you. But, when you stare at me like that, I get so terrified. You're a real smooth operator, aren't you, Miles? Any other client scaring tips you want to share? You're really not helping, Fender. Heh. At this rate, it sounds like we really need to question him about everything all over again. So what do you do at the circus, Simon? I'm an animal tamer, kind of. I'm still learning the ropes. That's so cool. Do you get to train lions and tigers and bears and stuff? Lions, tigers, bears? Oh my. Yeah, you know how it be. No. I work with this little guy, Monkey. I'm sure you've all seen it. The video where it's just Oogway going, monkey. Anytime I see the word, it pops into my head and I'm like, oh no. Save me. A monkey. It's like, it's an actual meme, like in the traditional definition. That looks pretty tame to me already, whatever. So you're not exactly a tamer. You're more like one of those old-timey organ grinders. No, not now, monkey. I'm trying to do... Oh, you little scamp. Something tells me it's the organ grinder who's being monkeyed around. Ratatouille? True. When we spoke to you before, you said you worked at a company. I was telling the truth. The circus really is a company. We have titles and everything. The ringmaster's the CEO, and I'm I guess you could call me a gopher. I even have a line manager. She's head of the animal taming department. It's part of the showbiz division. She's such an inspiration. There isn't a creature in the world she couldn't convince to do her bidding. Heh, even Miles here. I'd like to see someone whip him into shit. True. Thanks for the follow. Francisca, I am not some kind of creature, Fender. Prove it. So this line manager, was she working with you on the show? Yes, it was just the two of us. It wasn't all that big of a job compared to what we normally do. She's usually the one performing on stage. I do all the monkey work. But I did have a bit part this time. So only 2 members of the circus are relevant to this case. No? Alright, talk me through your movements here at the facility. Sure, I came to see Bronco at around noon 2 days ago. And that was when you brought him the chess set. Yes. And that same evening, I started work on setting up the stage in the yard. It was so hard. I had to haul everything in by myself over multiple trips. They let us use one of the rooms in the prison for storage. Workshop A, I think. Workshop A, where Knight's body was found. You mean your boss didn't help you? Oh no, I could never ask her to schlep all that stuff around? Is that a real word? Doubtful. Like I said, the monkey's work was my job. Once it was all set up, we did a run through. And it must have been, midnight by the time I left. The next morning, I was back and ready for the show, which started at 8 a.m. Then we performed till 10. So Mr. Saint was the only one of the pair to have entered the room where the body was found. And Knight's body was found immediately after the show had ended. Reason for arrest. Do you have any idea why you were arrested? And why so quickly? I've never seen a guy get booked so fast. Surely even Little Winner wouldn't just pull somebody in over a hunch. On a hunch, even. Weird word. Never underestimate the power of an underdeveloped intellect. Jesus, this motherfucker. I think I might know why. When I was moving all this stuff, I went to go see how he was doing. Bronco, I mean. You went to the holding cells on your own. Tell me you had permission. No, it wasn't a formal visit or anything. So I just sort of snuck over and hoped no one stopped me. But you just seen him earlier that same day. Why take the risk? I know him since we were kids, when both of us were all alone. He doesn't have any family, you see. Just like me. Oh, don't try to justify it. I knew he'd be feeling lonely. That he'd want someone to talk to, so I had to go see him. You don't have any family? For a while, I had my dad, but he passed away when I was a little kid. Losing one's father as a child, I know that pain all too well. Certainly not caused by Von Karma. He's just like you and me, Mr. Edgeworth. Surely not. Clueless. There was nobody else nearby when you went to see him. No, the other holding cells were empty, and I didn't see any guards. Heh. Well, somebody must have seen you, or you wouldn't be in there. Oh, no. No. I messed up so bad, didn't I? Surely. So the assumption is that something happened while the two were alone together. At least I imagine that would be Winner and Judge Gavel's thinking. In any case, I think we'll need to speak to your boss next. Last I heard, she's supposed to be around today too, somewhere in the yard. Tell her I'm sorry, won't you? I'm so sorry. I can't believe I let this happen. Sure thing, Simon. We're here for you. If there's anything else we can do, just say the word. But, I mean, there's nothing I can do for you in return. You don't have to worry about that. We're friends. You know what it's like to be in your shoes. We're all part of the same club after all, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Unfortunately so, I'm afraid. Thank you for sharing such personal details with us. By the sounds of it, you had little reason to kill Knight. If anything, you're the most affected by his passing. And what's more, I simply don't believe a person as gentle as you is capable of committing murder. Rest assured, we believe you. And we'll get you out of here. Bro, he's really sounding like Phoenix. Well, what do we have here? A gosh darn defense attorney, that's what. Bravo, big guy. I can't believe I'm saying it, but you even remind me of your old man for a moment there. I did? From the Book of Gregory, an attorney is a friend to the friendless. Simon, me bucko, this guy will suffer any hardship for your friendship. Things are gonna be shiply amazing. I don't really talk. I didn't realize talk like a pirate day had come early this year, Fender. But that's just the thing. You never know when a pirate will strike next. I swear to God, if the next case has a pirate involved in it, this fucking game. Anyway, kid, you want some candy? No thanks, I don't like sweet stuff. World's biggest liar. Oh no, I don't like sweet stuff. It better, true. Oh, huh, bummer. I'm gonna find a nice ship myself. A great thieves galleon for the dread pirate K. Yahar, me hearties. We'll sail the seven seas together and claim the greatest treasure of all, the truth. Shiver me timbers, you two will be the death of me. Look like Dan Avedon. Let me take another look. I think I see where you're coming from. Come on, let's set sail for the prison yard. But no sea shanties on the way, please. Yeah, nope. This. I see it. Less flamboyant, but he has like the same vibe almost. That's the way out to the yard, I believe. Diet version. Yeah. Let's go take a look. Come on, what are you waiting for? Now, if he broke out into song, then we're talking. Yeah, someone's excited. You like my stream title today? It's pretty good. Prison yard. So this is the famous yard. The circus performance was taking place here just before the body was discovered. Yes. Check it out. It's like the backdrop to some epic festival. Most of the prisoners were assembled here when the body was discovered. Which means anyone who saw the show has an alibi. Building layout day out, updated in my organizer. Okay. All right, time to take a look around. Eek! Okay. Stop hitting me. Help, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't mind me. Just... Yo, it's hitting K to the beat? No, it's not. Sorry, Kay, I can't do anything about it. Cease and desist, you beast! Oh, shit! I can't believe this is how Kay dies. Wait. The song, it didn't repeat. This is a new verse. Why is this track so long? Anyway, let's try to help out. Stay, Isaiah. Stay. Who's that? Oh, you found a new friend to play with. Good for you, girl. Play with? Your elephant nearly ate me. I don't trust her. Oh god, it's the murderer, right? Take a look at this. This is a murderer. If you're in an Ace Attorney game, this is what a murderer looks like. No way, she'd never do a thing like that. Isaiah doesn't even bite, at least not very often. She looks like she's out of like an anime from like 40 years ago. So she does have a taste for human flesh. How do you like meeting a real live elephant up close? Aren't you glad you did? The other circus trainer, never mind. No, I mean, she actually did murder someone. I don't think this is the same person, right? Yeah, I'm glad I didn't die. But you did have fun, right? Right? There, sweetie, don't cry. She had a wonderful time, didn't you, Kay? Don't mislead the Pearl Girl offender. She did? Oh, I'm so happy. The more I look at her, the more at him, the more I'm like, yeah, that's Dan. It's Mr. Sexbang himself. It is the same person? It is? Oh shit, she definitely killed him then. Keep your trunk to yourself. Heh. Oh, another new friend. Isn't this just the best day ever? I am Associate Defense Miles Edgeworth. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I haven't even introduced myself. I'm Regina. It's so nice to meet you. The guy's scarf when he put his head in the lion's mouth and all. I'm Kay, Great Thief Extraordinaire, Mr. Associate Defense Attorney's Great Associate. This self-introduction brought to you by the word convoluted. And your elephant's newest friend is Mr. Fender, the defense attorney. Oh, she's not just any elephant. This is Isaiah, the Asian elephant. Isaiah stopped you the second you told her to. You really have a way with animals, Regina. Heh heh. Well, I wouldn't be much of an animal tamer if I didn't. What? So you're Simone's boss? That's right, Regina Berry. Head of the Animal Taming Department, Showbiz Division, Big Cherry, blah, 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 Circus. It's so lovely to meet all of you. The pleasure's all ours, mademoiselle. Name's Eddie Fender. I'm a bit of an ace punchers. I'm a bit of an ace attorney. So much for whipping me into shape. Yes, she's perfect. What are you muttering to yourself about, Kay? Let's kill this guy. You can never say the words, they are a cursed name. Exactly. That positivity, that charisma, that energy. Regina, you'd make a perfect partner in crime for the great thief Yatagarasu. Great thief? That sounds like fun. My animals and I have stolen the spotlight quite a bit in our time. That's the one thing we don't want to steal. Gotta keep it on the download, all stealthy ninja-like. Kay, it's okay. Just say you want to be a ninja. But where's the fun without a show? The download sounds like it might get me down. Bummer. I think we've got a fundamental difference of opinion going on here. It would indeed appear that negotiations have broken down. Maybe next time, Kay. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, let's get cracking. Too bad we can't see much of what's beyond that metal fence, though. Indeed. And we're in sore need of information in addition to evidence. Therefore, we should make an effort to talk with any person of interest as well. Hello. Regina Berry. You're the head of the Animal Taming Department. You must be Mr. Saint's boss. That's right, my dad founded the Berry Big Circus. But he passed away. He was murdered. By you. I'm sorry to hear that. We have a new ringmaster now, and he's made the circus bigger and better than ever. He's such a nice man, and he was good friends of my dad's too. Wow, that's great. Lucky you. I know, right? It was his dad's idea to set up departments like animal taming, magic, and ventriloquy. I think the elephant will kill us. That's true. Only animal taming and ventriloquy have more than one person right now, though. But the Berry Big Circus is getting bigger and better day by day. Sounds like you guys are really going places. They're getting on well. I'll leave them to it. Can you tell me about the show? Oh, it's a wonderful thing. It even has a story. Not just any story. It's a love story. Isn't that dreamy? Heh, sounds like a regular riot. So who's the star of the show? Let me guess, you? No, silly. That would be Azea. I see. So this is a comedy now. And she falls in love with none other than Regent the Tiger. It's a heart-rending saga of forbidden interspecies romance. Whoa, Nelly, I've heard of odd couples, but that takes the biscuit. It's the cake. And that's not all. There's a love triangle, too. It's so romantic. That sounds pretty incredible, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? So the elephant is the heroine. I suppose there's a first time for everything. And who's the third wheel? Oh, that would be the big old meanie who tries to tear our star-crossed lovers apart. That's... It's not a triangle, then. Chat, do you believe love triangles need to be closed? Or can they be open? Closed? Yeah. They have to be closed at least, right? Either like one-way lines in every direction or like double-sided lines, right? Otherwise, it's not a triangle. It's just like nothing. It's nada. Oh, that'd be the big old meanie. Okay, who is it? Oh, what animal do you think it is, Mr. Edgeworth? Given that it's a circus, perhaps a lion. I think a raven would be cool, like the Yatagarasu. K, literally one brain cell. Nope, it's a sneaky monkey. Guys, motherfucker, literally, there's one other animal you've seen, and it's a monkey. Why did you not guess that? That certainly lowered the stakes. Oh, you mean money, right? Nope, again, the role of the monkey is played by... What the fuck? Is played by Simeon. Monkey is far too small to play against Azea and Regent, silly. Never discovers the internet. For real. Anyway, the evil villain tries to tear Azaya and Region apart. Who will become... Well, so what will become of the fated twosome? Don't put it like that. It's so exciting, isn't it? Wow, it sure is. So, Mr. Saint was more than just the little helper he claims to be. Poor Simeon, it'd be terrible if he couldn't perform with us anymore. You tell us about how you set things up for the performance. Oh, that's not really my area. Simeon took care of all the lifting and carrying. He's such a sweetie. He offered to do everything by telling me to concentrate on the show. I didn't see him doing something near that well, though. Oh, well, I recall seeing one behind the stage. I should examine it in more detail. You should have seen him moving those huge cages around all by himself. He's a total hero. Yeah, sounds like something he would do. Weeping all the while. He was going back and forth between the yard here and some sort of workshop with all the equipment. The prison gave us special permission to use it for storage, but he was the only one who went down there. So I don't know much more than that. The workshop must be the one where Knight's body was found. I guess this confirms that Mr. Saint was the only performer to have gone into Workshop A. Well, this sucks. All we're getting is information that works against us. You have to help Simone, Mr. Attorney. We're all counting on you. Just leave it to us. He may not look it, but Mr. Edgeworth knows how to get things done. And what exactly is he may not look it supposed to mean? Alright. The stage. So there must be the stage for the show. You think people would be interested in the Great Thieving Show? I'm sure the police would be very eager to attend. Okay. What are you doing here? Ah, Mr. Attorney, sir. How are you today, if you don't mind me asking? Today, we just talked to you earlier, Mr. Sawit. Oh, heavens, I do apologize. Ever since I came to call this place home, I've been working on my interpersonal skills, you see. In order to be as annoying as possible. I'm currently helping out with the circus show's stage teardown and cleanup. But if you have need of little old me, I'll do my best to help. I'm just chipping in and doing what I can, model prisoner that I am. Yes, my stay in this prison has seen me reborn. The Frank Sawit you see before you is a changed man. Doubt. A changed man who now targets the recently deceased. No, you misunderstand. That was just a moment of madness. A moment of madness? Oh, you're a disgrace to all thieves everywhere. You're right, of course. I can't deny it. I still have a long way to go. As a thief. Anyway, as you can see, I have a shiny new bracelet now. So it's a straight and narrow for me. Like I say, I'm a model prisoner. That's that a real model prisoner would need to keep telling me that. Oh, wait. Vocational training. I'm doing everything I can to prepare for my eventual return to society. Yeah, you even skipped the show to focus on your training, didn't you? That's right. Only 2 inmates were absent, Saw and Canis. Why didn't you tell us about Mr. Canis sooner? Ah, that. Look, I don't think there's an inmate in this prison who'd talk about him if they didn't have to. Well, you could say he's the real one in charge around here. You didn't hear it from me, but, well, I guess it comes with being the fixer. The fixer? Yes, anything you need, he can get it for you. But how does he get away with it? I'm not sure, but he's the only one who does. I heard he has a secret way of getting things into the facility. I imagine being the fixer affords Canis certain privileges. Not that I concern myself with such things anymore, of course. I'm far more interested in perfecting my mud pack application technique. And what are these mud packs exactly? They're a special type of mud treatment, rich with minerals. It works wonders on their coats. I've been practicing on the animals here in the prison. I hope to treat them all eventually. Speaking of mud, that reminds me of a certain piece of evidence. Maybe I should try presenting it to him. Hello. Thank you. I mean, it's muddy, for sure. Wouldn't know anything about that. As I said, I have nothing to do with this incident. I don't think that's quite true, is it? Oh, but it is. I'm a model prisoner. Yeah, okay. Okay. Okay, what do you mean? Those are the two things that were covered in mud, were they not? All right, time to figure out what else had it. Am I going crazy? Those were the two things, right? What? Dog. You didn't really give a shit about the dog, huh? That's the rubber glove I dropped. Would you care to explain why it's so dirty? Oh, of course, that mud from one of the pet treatments I've been practicing. I was giving one of the animals a mud pack right when the incident happened. I see. Around what time would this have been? Let's see. The show had already started, so around 9 a.m. The thing is, the more mud I applied, the more in the zone I got, and the darker the animal's fur became. There's no Okay, I'm not gonna read that. I think the stress of prison might be getting to him. Of course, it's all thanks to the warden that we have access to such wonderful distractions. I'm eternally grateful, truly I am. How will that be important? Okay, pulley. A simply sturdily built well. I wonder if it was the work of the prisoners. Somebody left a bunch of tools laying around. There's a long piece of rope and a pretty heavy looking weight. It weighs 30 pounds. That is pretty heavy. Oh, and there are some pulleys too. Okay, can you stop touching everything in sight? Aw, come on. It's not like I was gonna take anything. What exactly were they being used for, I wonder? Yeah, pretty sus, for sure. But I didn't get anything from the... Hey! What are you shouting at? Ponds like this, you should have goldfish in them, right? I wanted to see if they'd come say hello. Actually stole anything? Not a single thing. I only see water striders. Hey, water striders are cool. They can walk on water like ninjas. Whoosh, whoosh. Man, I wish I could do that. So much for the goldfish. An aged elephant named Azia. One of the very big searches as many animals. She certainly seems very fond of petting humans based on what I've seen. Well, most humans. Can't just glare at her like that, Mr. Edgeworth. She'll think you're trying to show her who's boss. Are you telling me she thinks I'm one of her kind? No, just that she respects you, I guess. How comforting. Hi, Dan. What's up? Who doesn't love a good circus performance, eh? A foray into the realm of fantasy. It's a performance is a good one. It can certainly be entertaining, yes. Man, I'm getting pumped just thinking about it. A chance to escape reality, however brief, can often be a powerful tonic. You got that right. Ah, doesn't it just make you want to hug something? Like the circus. Holding a show here, right in the shadow of the fence that keeps these guys in. Guess the magic at the big top is enough to make them forget that they're in the same boat as the animals. The fence. I suppose I should examine it too. It is part of this facility after all. Well, we missed the show, but we still got the stage and all this other stuff to check out. He's right. I should also look over the show set and equipment just in case something... Chat's over, huh? You don't exactly give a guy a lot to work with, Miles. Kid's really something, huh? Wish I still had a tenth of her starry-eyed outlook. I suppose that's because her head seems to be up in the clouds. Right? She's so above it all that no one dares to go against her. Bet she doesn't even need to crack the whip with the animals. The eyes go from starry to steely and suddenly it's sit, stay. I can think of somebody who would very much enjoys cracking the whip. You can, huh? Sounds like a real piece of work. Come on, Miles Sereno, spill the beans. Trust me, Fender, one crack of her whip and you'll be running for the courthouse doors. Danger, high voltage. I never saw one of these in real life. Really? You've never seen a high voltage warning sign? They're like everywhere, Kay. Hey, that must be the fabulous garden outside the warden's office over there. Oh yeah, look at that. Yes, Warden Lagarde mentioned being able to see it from her window on the detention center. Wish this dumb barbed metal fence wasn't in the way, though. I thought it was all one big yard. Given how protected the warden seemed of her little bit of earth, I imagine it's to keep riffraff like us out. There you are. Hello, Warden. Regina, cupcake. Oh, Warden Lagarde. I've been simply dying to sit you down for a chat, you exquisite little thing. I don't... Hello, Warden. Do you mind if I ask a little about the prison? Oh, not at all. This place is my pride and joy. Home. Sure, it was a prison when I first arrived, and it was awful, an utter disgrace. Awful. I suppose you mean the prisoners were unruly? I most certainly do not. They're angels, every one of them, and there always have been. No, it was the ambience that was awful. I fretted, I brooded, and then it hit me. The animals. If anyone could brighten up the place, it was them. It is nice having them around. Isn't it just? And now look at my fabulous little family. Why, my darling Frankie is the very pinnacle of rehabilitation. Except when he's rifling through dead men's pockets. Oh, wow, I'm getting a lot of follows today. Thank you very much. The Fox really be going yippee. So true. We have so many success stories among the family, but darling Frankie really is a marvel. He's thrown himself into his vocational training and is always the first to volunteer for everything. What? And your other model prisoners don't do that? Hmm? Oh, of course they do, my dear, of course. They're all such triers, such doers. It's just that Frankie, let's just say he knows what's good for him. Hmm? What exactly does she mean by that? Anyway, he's a very good boy. Don't trust a single person who says that. So do try to be nice to him, won't you? Loud, soaring music, great leaping animals. The Berry Big Circus truly has it all. Hee hee, and everyone who comes here gets to see it once a month. Really, in that case, let me see. She better not be thinking of something to confess to. This month's show, is it always performed by the Big Berry Circus? But of course, sweetie, I'm Regina's biggest fan. That girl's my little princess, my superstar. I don't trust you. She's so wonderfully talented. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. And she's so adorable, so sweet, I could just gobble her right up. You're not lying when you say you're her biggest fan, huh? Which is why I'm worried about her. So worried. It's all because of poor Simone, you see. If he's found guilty, why, darling Regina will be devastated. So you simply must make sure that doesn't happen, Mr. Lawyer. Please, I'm begging you. If there's anything I can do to help you clear up this awful misunderstanding, you must let me know. Regina, darling, you put on the most splendid show for us yet again. The stage, the stars, and you in particular, my princess. It was simply divine. Hee hee, that's so nice of you. I hope everyone else who watched enjoyed it too. About that, dear, I'm afraid I have something awful to confess. There was some absences, you see. She must mean Candace and saw it. We were 3 members short. Unbelievable, I know. How will you ever forgive me? I'm sorry, but you're saying 3 inmates didn't attend the show. That's right, sweetie. I counted the seats myself. 1, 2, 3, no shows. And I always make sure there are enough seats for everyone. But Mr. Edgeworth, that's not right, is it? Indeed, as far as we're aware, Mr. Canis and Mr. Sauter were the only ones not present. This doesn't add up. Who is the 3rd missing prisoner, and what were they doing? Edgeworth sus. It seems we need to investigate further. Oh, I was enjoying my chat with dear Regina so much, I almost forgot. I must feed the little one. Little one. Yikes! Alligator. Excuse me? You're looking as adorable as always, Allie, my sweet. Stare. Ah, she's so pretty, and what a cute name. Ah, yes, Allie the alligator. Isn't she a darling? She's my favorite, aren't you? Yes, you are. I'm so jealous. Can I pet her? Of course, princess, of course. Boy, howdy. These two are made for one another. They look like they'd be busy for a while. Maybe we should go back inside the prison and check the cells. Yes, let's. Perhaps we'll find a clue as to who our third missing prisoner might be. I didn't realize this took place in Florida. True. Sir, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Woof, I finally caught up with you. Gumshoe, let's go! Detective, you're not needed elsewhere. No, the judge and the kid aren't here yet. Oh, and I got your message. So you searched the victim's cell. Did you manage to turn up anything? We struck gold, sir. Well, blood anyway. It was right there on the floor. Only in tiny specks, though. But at least it's something. Yeah, it proves that the holding cell was the scene of the crime, right? Not quite. It proves a possibility, but it's not conclusive yet. I thought you'd say that, sir, which is why I ordered some follow-up work. I asked for forensics to analyze the blood and see if it matches the victims. They're on it as we speak. Yo, Gumshoe, absolutely killing it this time. Detective, I must say I'm impressed. Did you hit your head or something? Come on, Edgeworth! Hello, Sad Walrus Gamer. More like Borge and Angel. That's actually what they call what they say when I log into Final Fantasy XIV. I hope he says yes, I did. God, I mean he's usually not good at his job. Look, you're right. However, he's doing a good job today, and a backhanded compliment like this isn't the way to go about rewarding it. Gee, don't look so surprised, sir. Yeah, exactly. I just hope things continue to go in our favor. Salary adding noises, praise. True. Alrighty, so that's proof that the murder happened in the detention center. And for our next trick, we'll find out how that dog got over there. Don't worry, you can leave that one to me. Till the kid and his chaperone get here, we've got the whole prison to ourselves. Which is why I brought my secret weapons along. Secret weapons? That's right, a few tools of the trade that have helped me bust more than a few cases wide open. Behold, the 7 secret weapons of Dick Gumshoe. Ace Detective Extraordinaire? Oh shit. Well, I don't know about you crazy cats, but I'm sold, Miles. Very well, Detective. We'll try using your secret weapons. You got it, sir. Let me run you through the list. Secret weapon number 1, my trusty old metal detector. If it's made of steel, silver, or scrap, this little guy right here will find it. So, it detects metal. Very good, Detective. Next up, secret weapon number 2, missile. Let's go, missile! He's back! Everyone's favorite crime-fighting canine. You can track pretty much any scent you put in front of him, especially food. He sure is a lot cuter than Mr. Canis's dog. And now for secret weapon number 3. Where'd I put it? Aha! Am I one snapper short of a score? Is that a fishing rod? Don't tell me we're going fishing for clues. No, I mean, I just happen to have it with me is all. I see. Well, onwards and upwards, Detective. Let's see what else you have. That's all she wrote, sir. Gummy, you're 4 secret weapons short of your so-called 7, and one of them was a fishing rod. Sorry, but that's all for today, okay? I'll show you the rest next time. Why do you think I call him secret? Guy can't just go sharing everything at once? That's crazy. In that case, then I suppose the 3 you've deigned to reveal us will have to do for now. All right, which one do you want to try, sir? Yo, what are we thinking? What are we thinking? I think the fishing rod on the well, pretty keno. Let's give that fishing rod a try. You got it, sir. There's a pond in the prison yard. I may find something useful, helpful lurking in the depths. Yes, sir. Leave it to me. Gah! What's the matter, Detective? You're not gonna believe this, sir, but I had something big for a moment, and then it took off with the bait and my fishing line. There's a real whopper lurking in those waters. Come to think of it, there's an alligator living in that pond. I probably shouldn't tell the detective that he nearly lost more than his secret weapon. True! Looks like the fishing rod won't be much use, sir. Let's try something else. All right, what do you want to try? Do we need a metal detector? Let's try missile. You got it, sir. Hey, missile! Here, boy! Yo! Oh, he really came. Look at that! So, what are we tracking? We're trying to find out how Mr. Candace's dog got to the holding cells in the first place. I suspect the same route was used to bring Knight's body back to the prison. So we give the pooch a sniff on the body, and he'll find the route for us. Does anyone else smell something sweet? All I smell is the odor of blood. It's faint, sir, but it's there. Almost like cake, maybe. Why would the body smell of cake? Okay, Missile, get a noseful. Here we go. Follow that dog. That's the way to. He said it for maximum security. Uh-oh, he's going in. We'll just have to follow after him. Rod again. This is Candace's cell, though the man himself is absent, it seems. Is he meeting with someone in the visitor's room? You think Missile's onto something? Shh. Looks like maybe he is. Brrr, angry dog. Is there something here? Let's get snooping, Mr. Edgeworth. Tea and rice crackers. Mr. Candace clearly doesn't lack for comfort. I can think of worse ways to spend my time in jail than drinking tea and playing chess. I thought this was maximum security, not maximum comfort. How come no one else gets the special treatment? Complaining to me isn't going to help. Perhaps you could take it up with the man himself? Yikes. No thanks. Look, Mr. Edgeworth, that chisel on the floor is a bit smaller than the others. I'm no woodwork, but perhaps it's an all-purpose one that can be used in a pinch regardless of the job? An all-purpose pocket chisel. Makes sense. Always nice when your tools are useful and easy to carry. Is that your opinion as a thief? Nope, it's my opinion as a great thief. Oh my god, I walked into that one. That's true, you did. Mr. Candace's chest set, complete with his special dog piece. That's not a chess set, that's the whole chess table with legs. Looks like it might be worth something too. It's not inconceivable, some of them are, and this is quite nice one. I never would have picked Mr. Candace as a chess fan though. Oh, with the whole Eastern aesthetic he's got going on. I thought he'd be more into Go. Go, huh? Can you play? I can play goldfish. Not the same thing, Kay. Not even close. Isn't it though? It's a little close. Mr. Candace's chisels. Everyone a potential murder weapon. Yeah, that reminds me of something. The furrows in your brow. When you frown, it looks like someone took a chisel to your forehead. I have no idea what you mean. See? They're so deep. Don't tell me you don't see it, Mr. Wood Carving Face. Have you quite finished? I like bullying Edgeworth. It's fun. Woof woof. Woof 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 woof. What's the matter, boy? Wait. Is this cake what you're after? Grr. Woof 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 woof. Whoa, down, boy. Stop that. Woof woof woof. Woof woof woof. No, you can't have it. Dogs can't eat chocolate. You know that. If you won't behave, I'll just have to eat it myself. Not bad. That's some real outside the chocolate box thinking there. Not sure everyone agrees though. Gummy, I wanted some. Daring of you both to assume the food in a prison is safe to eat. Well, daring to be dumb. So anyway, it looks like the cake really was cake Missile was tracking. Talk about a waste of time. I suppose we got our just desserts. Ba-ba-ba-da-da. The little guy's definitely capable, right? Sure he is. This is just a blip. He'll follow the right scent this time, I promise. Seek, boy. Woof, 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 woof. Oh, I think he's onto something. Whatever it is, it's in there. Mr. Carcerato's cell. Let me take a look inside. Detective, call the guard. Yes, sir. Thank you, officer. A question before we begin. Is the prisoner, Mr. Carcerato, still in solitary? No, sir. He came back a little while ago. He was here for the noon roll call. Guess he must be on work duty someplace. I see. Now, if you would be so kind as to open his cell. Yes, sir. Champion. No way, he has a poster of himself. And right next to it is, looks like he never lost that habit of making weight for a fight. Once a boxer, always a bosser, I suppose. I see he also has quite the collection of supplements. Muscle protein, hustle protein, soul crushing protein. Yeah, that's a lot of protein. Surely nobody trains like this for nothing. This punching bag has certainly seen some use. Woof, 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 woof. Hee. What breed are you again, Missile? Sure it wasn't a boxer? Woof, woof, woof. No way. No way indeed. Quickly, detective. Move the sandbag aside. Yes, sir. Oh! A hole, could this be? Woof, 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 woof. Whoa there, wait, Missile. I'm going into. Wait, stop. Sir, I'll go get her. Nah. Oof, that's tight. Shouldn't have eaten that cake. He's gone. Well, I'm not going in there. Guess we'll just have to wait. Hello, Kay, are you all right? You're not gonna believe this, but we're in the detention center. The detention center? That hole, it's a tunnel that leads right into Mr. Knight's cell. Oh. What? Don't go anywhere. I'm on my way. That's just... Look at Missile. Goated character right there. Okay. Hey there, Mr. Edgeworth. Guess you could say we made a breakthrough. Quite. At least they came out unscathed, I think. Sir, the floorboards under the bed were torn up. How did you guys get out? So that's how they did it. There's no doubt. How did you guys not notice this? Look at it. That shit's so obvious. The corridor connecting the detention center and the prison is locked down with heavy security doors. But with the help of this tunnel, it can be circumvented. Never crouches or leans. I guess so, huh? It was a sweet scent that started this whole search. Could it be the scent was in fact coming from Knight's body after all? Incidentally, Knight's body was covered in dirt. Dirt that may have come from being dragged through this tunnel. Okay, what was it like down there? Well, it was pitch black, so I couldn't see a whole lot. Luckily, my camera has flash, so I took some pictures. Let's see what you captured. Look at that. Spoons, a fork. Guess these were for digging the tunnel. That aside, are those footprints? Paw prints even, from a dog, perhaps? Is a vital piece of evidence. However, it begs something of a question. It does? Mr. Carcerado has certainly been making use of this tunnel, which means... Detective, we need to find out where Mr. Carcerado is immediately. My suspicions are correct. Huh? Aw, nuts. The guards were alerted and began searching for Mr. Carcerado right away. But after a thorough investigation of both the prison and the detention center, he was nowhere to be found. Oh shit. He gone. Well, have the police been notified? Yes, ma'am. We just finished liaison with them a moment ago. Liaison. They set up a cordon around the entire facility. Good. First blemish on our prison's spotless reputation is always the ugliest. It won't happen again, ma'am. Rather different Warden Lagarde to the one we've seen so far. Mr. Edgeworth, was it? I really can't thank you enough for finding that tunnel, darling. Sadly, it may have been too little too late. It seems he may have already left the building. I'd say that's unlikely, Warden. After all, there's a security gate at the exit to the detention center. You're not suggesting he simply walked through it. What's to say there's only one tunnel, sweetie, I suppose that's true. Well, whatever the case, there's no time to be standing around chit-chatting. Mr. Edgeworth, would you mind continuing with your investigation? Okay. And you three can get back to your post. Yes, ma'am. Detective, the results of the blood test just came back from the lab. Thanks, pal. Let's see what they have to tell us about the blood found in Knight's cell. What does it say, Edgeworth? They've identified the blood and it's Knight's. Ooh. Heh, nice job, everyone. Teamwork makes the dream work, huh? We've got Knight's blood in his holding cell, a tunnel a dog clearly went through, and security footage showing Knight being attacked by the dog in his cell. Case closed. We have all the evidence we need. Let's see what Mr. Canis has to say for himself. Canis? Oh, darlings, are you sure? Do be careful around him, won't you? He's as well connected on the outside as he is in here. Those you would have to be. How else would the so-called fixer stay in business? The police have been trying to track down his accomplices for the longest time. Even I've had to lend them a hand myself, you know. So that's what that was all about. Ooh, we're still not talking, ma'am. Even with the evidence you borrowed from the precinct? No, and I've tried so many times, I've lost count. What am I supposed to do? I can't send in a blank report. I guess a killer for hire was always going to be a tough nut to crack. You borrowed evidence from the police now with your investigation, is that correct? Well, yes, sweetie. Everything related to Canis is with me now. Heaven knows how many times I've hauled this secretive scoundrel into my office to talk to me. But no matter what I say or how much evidence I present him with, he simply won't say a word. Prison warden conducting interrogations herself. That's irregular, to say the least. Lay your guard down, he'll devour you whole. Be careful, darlings. Give him the prisoner number boss? Who knows? Halloween, here I thought things couldn't get any spicier. Who is she? She ate? I can't say what I want to say with your language filter. That's fair. That's fair. That's Lagarde. She's a prison warden. I think you would in fact like her. She seems pretty baller so far. Who knows? She might be a murderer though. Judge Gavel, I didn't expect to see you here. We have been conducting inquiries, which given that we are in charge of the investigation is hardly strange. What is strange is that you are still here. Mr. Edgeworth, I gave you a warning, did I not? I told you that your badge was at risk should our paths cross again, and yet here you are. I'm sorry that you thought I might be so easily discouraged, Your Honor. Yeah, you definitely got... Yeah. I was about to say, that's getting caught. I am sorry that you thought I might be so easily discouraged. Okay. But I am not able to let the truth slip from my grasp, no matter what you or the committee might say. I'm here to present a certain sum with evidence that you yourself should have uncovered. You have more business with me, I take it, Mr. Edgeworth. Caught. True. I do. I promised I would be back to prove that you were the killer, and here I am. This should be amusing. Very well. Whenever you are ready. Objection. Not so fast. We have some truths of our own to share. First-rate deductions, in fact. Indeed, we are now more certain than ever that Simon Saint was the murderer, and that only he could have moved Mr. Knight from his holding cell to the prison proper. We shall prove this to you beyond a shadow of a doubt. But first, a question. Are you quite determined to continue on this course, Mr. Edgeworth? Should you fail to rebut our deductions, there will be no going back. Your very career hangs in the balance. What? You mean you'll take his badge if you don't like how this goes? That's intimidation. Not at all. If anything, I'm showing him mercy. This is not Mr. Edgeworth's case. It never was. It literally was at one point, actually. I have to say no to get to the next episode, true. Divine Booma sound, I'm losing my mind. Gamers, I have arrived. Welcome, welcome. Sup, nerd? Wow, everyone's showing up. Bang! You killed Fumo. That's the wrong Fumo. You killed this Fumo. You killed both Fumos. Rude. if he is prepared to accept the potential ramification of his actions, I will allow him one last chance. Well, are you truly willing to take the risk? You got some shooters here, true. Well, are you to put your beloved badge on the line? Mr. Edgeworth. Sir. Edgeworth, prosecute this man. I accept your terms. I am confident of my reasoning, and what's more, I am representing the firm of Edgeworth & Co., and I do not intend to besmirch its name. Of course you murdered Fumo. Stop murdering Fumo! My duty will be done, and I will not be intimidated. Very well, let us see whether you are brave or simply reckless. By the power vested in me by the great almighty goddess of justice, let this judgment commence. Eustace, if you will allow me. Heh, fine by me. He's all yours, Gavel. The death with hammers? True. How Knight wound up in the prison proper. You are aware of the incident involving Mr. Knight the day before, I assume. He assaulted an innocent guard and stole his keys. Later, in the middle of moving a large animal cage, Mr. Saint stopped by Mr. Knight's cell for a little visit. That's when Mr. Knight stole out of his cell using the keys he'd stolen. He slipped into the cage, and there he hid as he was wheeled to one of the prison's workshops. Figure she was going to bring up Mr. Saint going to Knight's cell. Yesterday, after you so kindly made us aware of the security camera footage, we decided to take a look at it ourselves. Perhaps you would like to see what we found. This is a still from the footage we recovered. Mr. Saint speaking with Knight at his cell. Correct. You'll also note that he has positioned the cage in such a way as to obscure the camera's view. Is it a blind spot that Mr. Knight exploited in order to enter the cage undetected? A sound deduction based on what can be observed. A blind spot, which means the camera wouldn't have been able to capture the moment Knight entered the cage, if he did at all. So it's still possible that he didn't actually leave his cell at this point. I don't get it. Why would Mr. Knight want to hide in the cage? Me murdering Fuma after getting their signature. No! A prison break. That's so cool. Mr. Carcento, Mr. Knight, everyone's doing it. I have to step up my game. Okay, now is really not the time. Mr. Carcerto's escape is no laughing matter. It is my belief that Mr. Saint helped Mr. Knight with his escape attempt. That is to say, he was his accomplice. Wow, go Simon. That wasn't a compliment. I understand that the cage was briefly taken to one of the workshops. Imagine that had things gone to plan, Mr. Knight would have remained in the cage until after the show. Such little brother vibes. That's true. And removed from the premises along with the rest of the circus equipment. Unfortunately for Mr. Knight, Mr. Saint had other ideas. He killed his friend in cold blood. Judge Gravel's argument seems reasonable, but there must be a fault in her logic somewhere, and I'm going to find it. Ready? Let me give you one flaw. How did Mr. Knight get out of his cage? Just the keys? The keys? Because that's different, no? Incident involving Mr. Knight on the day before yesterday, I presume. He assaulted an innocent guard and stole his keys. Do you have any proof that Knight stole the keys? I can think of no other reason for him to carry out such a brutal attack. Once the guard he assaulted regained consciousness, I am sure he will confirm our suspicions. I wouldn't be so sure. Perhaps I should press her further on the reasoning? Sure. Sorry, but I believe there is a flaw in your reasoning. If Knight had the keys, there was nothing to stop him from leaving whenever he wanted. Why wait for Mr. Saint? There was no need, surely. He chose the option he deemed most likely to succeed. He stole the keys and hid them somewhere. Despite all his rage, he's still just a rat jam in a cage. Another follow, let's go. We're ballin'. He hid the keys. I'm afraid he might have made an uncharacteristic oversight, Your Honor. But Knight wasn't hiding any keys. This has already been proven. And this piece of evidence just proves Knight didn't have the keys.
Take that!
She's the Dudge with that drip? Europe? Since you already know about the incident, I assume you must already know this, but after the assault, the guard searched both Knight and his cell, and no keys were found. And if the whereabouts of the keys cannot be proven, then neither can your theory. I have considered the matter for the missing keys, and I do not think it is such an issue. I still believe he had them. After all, the guards only stated that they were unable to locate them. And this is because they were cleverly hidden inside the pocket chess set. Knight's chess set, the same set in which the murder weapon was also allegedly hidden. Was it? I can't help but wonder about that. What? But you're the one who proposed it. Actually, if you recall, that was Eustace's assertion. The two of them aren't of one mind on this, I take it. Allow me to restate the facts. Mr. Knight hid the keys he stole from the guard inside his chess set. That is not a fact. That is a speculation. When Mr. Saint came to see him, Mr. Knight used the keys to open his cell and climbed inside the cage. We were like, useless, I can't, true. He was then moved from his holding cell to the workshop in the prison proper, with the help of his friend and his accomplice, who had been taken out of the facility after the show. But they did not. Instead, his accomplice murdered him while the show was taking place in the yard. Objection! Mr. Saint was part of the performance. How would he have had time to commit the murder? How indeed? Allow me to explain. As you know, many stage performances follow a set narrative. Yesterday's show is one such example. She's done her homework, I see. The suspect played the role of the antagonist opposite the elephantine heroine of the show. Yep. In the later part of the performance, the heroine's love prevails and the villain is defeated. This victory is depicted in a very unique manner. Sent flying from the stage by the heroine. He's sent flying by the elephant? Isn't that dangerous? Have been ejected from the stage in this manner. The villain no longer appears in the performance. In other words, the suspect did not appear on the stage for a period of approximately 15 minutes. Understanding the crime took place during that time. Yes, I'm afraid so. After all, it's more than a sufficient window, wouldn't you say? No. Committing the crime and returning to the stage into that short window is only possible, assuming that the murder took place in the prison proper. But in fact, Your Honor, the real scene of the crime was Knight's cell. I seem to remember telling you that I would not accept that part of the security footage into evidence. And you won't have to. I had proof of a different kind. Very well. Would you be so good as to present it? What proof do you have the murder took place in the victim's holding cell? Take that. This appears to be a photograph of a floor. Almighty Goddess of Justice, grant me patience. That floor you're so dismissive of, Your Honor, has traces of Knight's blood on it. Traces, you say? Is this evidence reliable? After all, I don't believe you have access to the necessary forensics operatives. Operations. Heh. I have my this motherfucker. Heh. I have my resources. A certain blunt instrument, you might say, but a reliable one. The detective, how very unfortunate for him. Perhaps before you decide to circumvent the law, you might have considered that the committee's influence extends to the police. Ha ha ha. Oh no, now Gummy's badge is on the line too. Forgive me, detective. I didn't mean to put you at risk as well. I will enter the fact that Mr. Knight's blood was found in the holding cell into evidence. However, objection. Bad luck, idiots. You're really on the edge now, Mr. Worthless. Mr. Winner. I'd forgotten you were there. It was nice while it lasted. I just butted in to tell you that your entire argument is one big inconsistency. You showed us camera footage of a dog killing Mr. Knight in his cell. Are you saying the mutt also wiped the blood up before it left the scene? Uh-oh. What other tricks can it do, huh? A blood-wiping dog. You're a joke. You'd have wiped that blood up, wouldn't you, boy? Yes, Helmet. Yes, you would. What? That was one of the tricks I taught him before our work together was so rudely cut short. He's a very tidy boy, you know. Never misses a drop. It wouldn't do to leave any evidence after all. Saved by an assassin of all people. Jeez Louise, you could have just taught the little guy to shake hands. Of course, he does that marvelously too. Although the way I taught him to do it is somewhat unorthodox. First, he bites down hard on the victim's hand. Then, la 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 la, I'm not listening. I see. Very well then, Mr. Edgeworth. It seems you may have gathered some evidence worth considering. Objection! Your understanding is much appreciated. Wait, I'm not done yet. I just thought of something else. Overruled. Shut up, nerd. Ooh, boy, someone's taken no prisoners. Eustace, would you be so kind as to allow me? All yours, Gavel. Well, do you accept the truth now? Her name is Gavel. I can't. They do that. The crime took place in Knight's holding cell, and the assassin's dog was the killer. My position is the same as it was yesterday. Until you can explain how the dog moved between the prison and the detention center, I cannot accept your theory into evidence. I thought you might say that, which is why I'd like to show you something else. This piece of evidence shows how the dog could really travel. Take that! You're motherfucking dead, man. That's true. This is... It's a secret passageway. It runs beneath the prison. Whoa, 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 what? Whoa, 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 what? A secret passage. It was dug by one Mr. Rocco Carcerato. Escapee. We just dug a tunnel in the prison to prove you wrong. To me? Passageway. True! That's a great name. Actually, fantastic Ace Attorney name. Passageway. From Feng Sha, no less. I'm cooking, hire me. Unfortunately, I don't think they're making new Ace Attorney games. It leads from his prison cell to a certain holding cell in his detention center. Yes, the very one where the victim was held. Well, this is certainly a surprise. To think it was beneath our feet this entire time. Mr. Canis, you knew of this tunnel, didn't you? Because of the same tunnel that was used to carry out the murder. In the name of the goddess of justice. Overruled, Mr. Edgeworth. You are out of line. How so, Your Honor? Evidence is everything, whether in a court of law or at the scene of an investigation. Isn't your little catchphrase? Well, it just so happens that I have some evidence of my own. Bronco Knight's autopsy report. When did we get that? How do you not know you had it? You can't use autopsy report me, that's my thing. The police handed it to me only a short while ago. The findings are still preliminary, but it has something of value to tell us nonetheless. The goddess of justice speaks to us through these pages, Mr. Edgeworth. Cause of death, stab wound to the throat. And the weapon is said to be a sharp blade of some sort. It seems the victim was stabbed repeatedly in the same spot, resulting in an ugly wound. As such, the police have yet to identify the exact shape of the weapon, but its overall nature seems to be beyond question. It is a bladed metal instrument. In light of this evidence, do you truly wish to continue with your flight of fancy? Or will you now claim that the dog used a knife instead? I will! That will be all. This court is adjourned. Objection! But the tunnel, the paw prints. What of them? Helmet is something of a wanderer. Perhaps he just happened across this tunnel one day. Although I couldn't say for certain. I myself cannot wander quite so freely. If the facts don't fit the evidence. That would be quite a coincidence, but I can't prove it's not the case either. She sure knows how to keep a secret, huh? Kinda wish she'd kicked us in the teeth a little while earlier than that. She was baiting me, waiting for the perfect moment to crush me with that autopsy report. And I fell for it. Hook, line, and sinker. You are lead attorney for the defense, correct, Mr. Fender? This is the interim autopsy report in question. I do apologize for the delay. Yeah, no sweat. Thanks for hooking us up. Death was instantaneous. Stab wound to the neck inflicted by a sharp blade. Yep, this checks out. Yep. Mr. Fender, a handshake is not necessary when receiving official court documents, you know. So please feel free to let go of my hand. It is not a holy relic, after all. But just trying to be friendly, Your Honor. Had you lingered a moment longer, the goddess of justice would have spoken to you through my gavel. Oh. Alright, I got it. Nice work, gavel. Just like we planned it. I did only as you instructed, Eustace, but thank you. Alright, damn, shorty, damn. This report came from the police. I have no choice but to accept its legitimacy. But the dog didn't kill Knight, then that takes Candace out of the running. Goddess of Justice speaks to me, Mr. Edgeworth, and she is merciful. She tells me that you might yet keep your badge if you will finally abandon this fruitless quest. What's your move, sir? I think she really means it this time. What do you think, detective? My answer remains the same, Judge Gavel. I will see my duty done, and I will not be intimidated. Even with how things stand, you still refuse to concede. This may very well be your last chance. Your badge hangs by a thread. Then let it fall if it must. I have something far more important to protect as an associate attorney. My client. The goddess of justice is no doubt saddened by your refusal to accept yet another offer of mercy. Hold it! Heh heh, attaboy, Miles. That's what I like to see. Looks like the defense never rests is really starting to mean something to you. Credit to your old man, though. He's the one who said it first. My father. Death isn't the killer, right? It's the most killer-ass looking character we met today. Not true. Not true. I still think the, what's her name? Barry? Miss Barry? She's easily the most killer looking. No, I mean it. Okay. She didn't kill anyone this case. Doubt. My wording was confusing. It's fine, it's fine. You said that you've changed since your days in Von Karma's shadow. I didn't believe you at first, but I'm starting to. Thank you, Fender. Alright, kids. This is where the rubble really hits the road. Put your thinking caps on. It's make or break time. If it's true that Knight was offed with a bladed weapon, does our whole case really fall apart? Of course. There were 5 chisels in Mr. Canis' cell when we last looked. A former assassin certainly wouldn't struggle to commit murder with the tools like that, in which case, the weapon that killed Knight was... Have you quite finished? It would be in your best interest to concede. Hold it! Evidence is everything. It may well be my little catchphrase, but it's also true. It's not Kay. Kay would never commit murder. She would only steal, and even then, I'm still on the fence about that. By the way, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get a fucking blanket. I'm cold as hell. Holy. She would steal. I don't believe she would. This guy's blind doing art sculptures out of wood. Yeah, he's kind of nuts with it. Echolocation. Nah. He's clearly kind of talented with it. The question is, look at that dog statue. He knows what his dog looks like. Why can't you let this go? So what if they didn't find it? What are you driving at? What if I were to tell you that I now know what the real murder weapon was? And it was right under our noses this whole time, indeed. It was one of Mr. Canis' chisels. What? Overruled. I'd advise you to stop bombarding us with your irresponsible, half-baked theories, Mr. Edgeworth. You repeatedly insist that Mr. Knight was killed in his cell by a dog. I simply go where the evidence takes me, both in the courtroom and at the scene of the crime. The murder weapon was in fact a chisel, then yes, the murderer could not have been the dog. But that begs the question of what exactly it was we saw in the security footage. Oh yeah, the security footage. How do you explain that, Mr. Smarty Pants? An excellent question. The footage shows... Mr. Kansas jog, jumping up at Knight. The dog attacked Knight, but he didn't kill the man. He didn't. No, Knight was merely knocked out. The dog didn't drag a corpse through that tumult. He dragged an alive but unconscious Knight. The real killer was the dog's master. Oh, I get it. By bringing Knight here, Mr. Canis could finish the job. He definitely could have used one of his chisels to do it. Correct. You. Bodaharma Canis. You're the only one who could have done it. Objection. Objection. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, you ever get this on your report card? Refuses to listen, must learn to respect others. Are you asking me to, or confessing to what's on yours? You researched Mr. Canis' stuff from top to bottom, right, Gavel? Yes, we even expected his chisel, all 4 of them. There wasn't a single speck of blood. Hold it. Why, thank you, Your Honor. You have just confirmed my theory. I have? What exactly do you mean? The last time we were here, there were 5 chisels, not 4. Oh yeah, I remember counting them. Definitely 5. And the one that's missing is the small one. The one that we thought might be a pocket chisel. Mr. Canis, where did you hide that chisel? A pocket chisel? And what use might I have for such a thing? I'm really allowed to leave my cell. To beef with a dog and a child? Yerp. In which case, he shouldn't have had the chance to dispose of the weapon. Heh! You dug your own grave, Mr. Canis. Do you have an idea where this missing chisel might be, Mr. Edgeworth? Would you enlighten us? For a man who can't leave his cell of his own volition, Canis could have only hidden the chisel here!
Take that!
Mr. Canis is still a prisoner, despite the comfort he enjoys. He's rarely allowed to leave his cell. He could have given the chisel to his dog to leave somewhere, but that would have been far from ideal. He would have no way of guaranteeing where it might end up. Intriguing. Do go on, Mr. Edgeworth. Furthermore, this room is the one place where a bladed instrument wouldn't raise an eyebrow. 4 chisels, 5 chisels, who's counting? A fact he took full advantage of. Ah, the old keep the incriminating evidence close routine, classic. But I looked, I searched the whole cell myself, and there's just nowhere he could have hidden it. I'm certain that the murder weapon is here. And the reason why no one has found it yet is because it was hidden in such an ingenious manner. Do enlighten us, Mr. Edgeworth. What was my ingenious plan? Think, Miles. There must be a hiding spot he can make use of. Think about when you came here previously. What are you missing? Oh, he's not showing us out permanently, right? Let's get out of here. Come on. The dog. He hasn't made a sound today. We were here before. He barked and growled repeatedly. Canis even encouraged him to do so. That must be. I knew something was off. I can hardly believe it, but I think I know where they hid the murder weapon. Giving up already? I expect more of you, Mr. Edgeworth. As well you should. If you would give me a moment. For this piece of evidence shows where you hid the murder weapon. Me when dog! Your dog. He seems unusually quiet today. Oh yeah, unlike last time when... Mr. Canis, he would be so kind as to open Helmet's mouth. Oh, come now. He hasn't barked because he's a well-behaved boy. Then order him again this instant. It's not like we're asking for the world, Mr. Canis. Or do you have something to hide? If you insist. Come on, Helmet. Open up. And there we have it. A chisel that small was easy enough for a dog of his size. Whoa, 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 what? A chisel in the dog? Why is there a chisel in the dog? You know, he's kind of reasonable in this instance, huh? That is a very valid question. I thought he'd been strangely quiet. I guess his brain has finally caught up. Eustace, why don't you be a good boy and call forensics? Tell them it's urgent. Ah, okay, okay. Out of context AA dialogue. Our findings are as follows. Traces of blood were detected on the chisel. What? Not such a half-baked theory after all, was it? Alright, so we're on the same page here. This is our murder weapon, yeah? Forensic evidence cannot be ignored. We have no choice but to concede that this is the most likely the case. Mr. Canis, in light of this discovery of the murder weapon, the court demands that you explain yourself. we found the route your dog take to the holding cells, and now we have this chisel. How do you propose to talk your way out of this one? You never fail to entertain, Mr. Edgeworth. Well, why does he always laugh like that? Hello, Nova. It's been a minute. All right, go upstairs. I don't even give a shit. Poor Helmet. How could they suspect us? You leave me no choice. I shall simply have to share with you the truth. I did not kill anyone. I have grown tired of killing. Something's not right. Why is he so calm? Very well, the court will hear Mr. Canis' testimony. Is there a chisel in Nova? I hope not. We do not have any small chisels that would fit in that cat's mouth. Speaking of, I actually had to use a chisel the other day. I have a lot of large chisels. They're like the size of the cat. I had to use a chisel the other day. I think I was just reheating pizza. And I could only fit 2 slices in at a time. And I was gonna have 4. Because it was all I was gonna eat for the day. Because that's how I roll sometimes. And there was a plastic lid on the top of the chisel. And I don't know why, I only had it set at 300, but it was hot enough that the plastic thing melted onto it. So I had to use a chisel to get it off. Sucks too, we don't have a whole lot of those. You'd be so kind. Gladly. Canis' defense. Perhaps you might begin by explaining what you believe my motive to have been. That you had to use it. I mean, you'd be lying. The pizza heated up just fine. Still, I'm surprised. Plastic doesn't usually melt at that low of a temperature, does it? And this was like some high quality stuff. I don't know. Something was strange about it. You might begin by explaining what you believe my motive to be. I never knew this knight. I had no contact with him. No connection whatsoever. Given that this is the case, why would I possibly wish him dead? Aha, could you be suggesting that it was my canine companion who had the motive instead? Helmet only bears his fang when I tell him to. Depends on the type of plastic. Juniors are not beating the Twitch streamer allegations. Easy pellets at 350. Yeah, I never got it up to 350. It was at 300. I don't know. I guess it's my bad, right? Because we've used it plenty of times in the past with the plastic thing on it. But because I had to wait for me to like finish my other slices of pizza, I didn't want to like turn it off. Right? It was just like bad play on my part. Partial melt might possibly be lower. That's a good point. But it was also on the outside. It's not like I put the plastic container in the fucking microwave. I mean, is it a no, toaster oven. Yeah, that's it. I put the plastic in the toaster oven. It was sitting on top of it. Just a bit wild to me that I managed to do that. I mean, when he puts it that way, an assassin who kills his acquaintances. Not the soundest business model, I agree. My work required me to deal with strangers, of course, but murder for its own sake, that's not my style. So I need to prove a link between Knight and Canis. I should go over the evidence again and see what I can discover. Rebuttal. Let's go. I never knew this knight. I had no contact with him. Okay, fucking literally just lying off the back, whatever.
Objection!
Super easy. Not even a problem. Anyway, I had to use a chisel. I told you it's nice to have the option of a chisel. You never know when you're gonna need it. You're getting sloppy, Mr. Canis. You may have trained your dog to clean up your mess, but some things still require a human touch. We found this in the victim's room. It's the record of a game of correspondence chess. What's more, the game depicted matches the game laid out on your board. Yeah, needed to murder someone. Caught. What? The number of possible games have been calculated to be 10 to the power of 120, and that's on the low end. Wait, so that's 10 times 10, 120 times over? That's 100, 1,000. I give up. I mean, what do you even call a number that big? A vanishingly unlikely coincidence, that's what. Now, tell us why you killed Knight. Unless, that is, you would prefer to explain the coincidence. Heh. Kay didn't pass math. Oh, absolutely not. Well, they do say that truth is stranger than fiction. It is, as you say, a coincidence. That's totally impossible. We just proved that. A coincidence of a different kind, child. I never imagined my correspondence was the victim, you see. And yet here we are. Helmet is as surprised as I am, aren't you, Helmet? Yes. I suppose there's nothing for it but to finally tell the truth, boy. The other prisoners had all gone to the yard, you see. There was a show of some sort, I believe. Here I was, minding my business, when in comes Helmet, dragging a corpse of all things. I had quite the shock, not least because the murder weapon was still in the poor fellow's neck. Of course, I was none too keen on becoming a suspect, so I had Helmet take the body to the workshop. Once there, he removed the murder weapon and brought it back to me, just as I had asked. The dog peeled out the mortar weapon in the workshop. Indeed he did. Removing it there would have made an awful mess, after all. You know, something that makes total sense. Remember what Mr. Sawit said, Mr. Edgeworth? That huge black dog had sunk his terrible teeth into the victim's throat. What? What did you just say? It was hellish, utterly hellish. That awful beast, he killed him. I see. So what Mr. Sawit actually saw was Helmet removing the murder weapon then. Precisely. I can't say I wasn't a little disappointed that he was spotted, of course. Silly boy, it's not like you to slip up like that, is it now? And there you have it. That is about all there is to tell. I did not kill the man. At most, I am responsible for the removal of the weapon. Now, will that be all? Poor Helmet is growing restless. Objection! Sorry, but if you could entertain us for a little longer, Mr. Canis. Fender. No offense, Paolo. I don't think you've quite told us everything. Wait. Saw it? Cinema. He did see it. He definitely saw it, because he was the one committing the murder. I'm sure we'd all like to know why you thought you'd need to pull the chisel out in the first place. He's right. It makes sense that he would move the body to avoid suspicion, but Canis had no reason at all to recover the murder weapon. So the mute one isn't as dumb as I thought. Please answer the question, Mr. Canis. It was because of the bell. The one attached to the chisel and the one around Helmet's neck. A very distinctive design, if you will. Of course. There's something of a trademark of yours, were they not? I don't get it. How does that even work? Canis the Blind Butcher. His appearance was always announced by the sound of bells. The last sound his victims would ever hear. You flatter me. Though it's been some years since I last saw one of them. You remembered them well. Your knife and its attached bell were one of the pieces of evidence seized in our case against you. Yes, it was but one of my bells. One of only two in existence. Just two. Two and only two. One for my knife and one for my beloved helmet. Exquisitely crafted, utterly unique. My ears are my guide after all. And I must be able to use my tools precisely. Of course, as you said, the knife has long since been taken from me. When Helmet brought the body to my cell, I was rather surprised to hear a familiar sound. At first, I was sure that my knife had been used to do the deed. But no, a chisel, an ordinary chisel. It's certainly no assassin's blade. Nonetheless, the bell would have suggested my involvement. Compounding the matter is the fact that I'm the only person in prison permitted to use such tools. It was clear that I would become the prime suspect. And so, the chisel had to be removed and hidden. You still claim that all you did was have the dog move the body, that you had nothing to do with the killing. How could I? I told you the chisel is not mine. You need not take my word for word, Mr. Edgeworth. Why not have it checked for fingerprints? Eustace. Huh? Me? But I don't know how to check for prints. Get forensics. Oh, right. Sure thing. Bro, what does he know? We got him. Fingerprints. They're Mr. Knight's. And Mr. Canis's. Oh, nope, just Mr. Knight's. Oh, and forensics said there's no sign of any prints having been wiped off. Only Knight's fingerprints. This isn't good. Should I get them to check again? Now do you see? Clueless. More like useless. Got him. I have never so much as touched that chisel. Helmet carried it in his mouth, that is all. Therefore, any prints must belong to whoever had it last. Arr. So the murder weapon belonged to the victim. Ooh, that's not helpful. As I said, I have not touched the chisel. Therefore, I cannot be the killer. Or do you wish to suggest otherwise? Kirk, I've nothing to corner with. But what could this mean? Is he not the killer after all? Is he actually telling the truth? No, he can't be. I'm sure this goes without saying, Mr. Edgeworth, but if you do not find a solution to your current predicament and quickly... What the fuck? Edgeworth is like literally doing all the work here to figure out what's going on. Even my patience has a limit, and I will not tolerate you throwing this investigation into chaos. Am I clear? You've done it now, sir. She's serious. I hate to admit it, but the fingerprints turn everything on its head. Without more evidence, I'm back to square one. Wait, something doesn't add up. A few things, actually. What would Mr. Knight have needed a chisel for? You can do a lot with a chisel, child. Break out of prison, for one. Alright, then how did he get it in here? There's no way the guards would have let him bring a super sharp tool with him, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Hey, Earth to Mr. Edgeworth. You can't stand there and hi because of a little setback. The important thing is finding the truth, you know? It doesn't matter how we get there. As long as we save Simone in the end, we can't give up now. Or ever. Yeah, what she said. With his shirt? Good point. I'll second that. You want me around with that, okay? I'm half tempted to offer you a job for real. It's like I said, the defense never rests. Or rather, like your pop said, what do you think lies at the heart of those words, Miles? Any guesses? The heart of those words. It's like this. As defense attorneys, our clients' fates rest on our shoulders. We're the only ones they can turn to. Simon's our client, and we're the only ones who can save him. He only used the chisel for murder. It would likely have some form. So it's totally possible he saved it. That's true. I'm not about to turn my back on your old man's legacy. Are you? I'm an associate with the defense now. No, I am an associate with my father's firm. That's the role I've chosen. And that means, if I fail to save my client, I've failed in my duties, and I will honor my father's vision and save Simon Saint. No matter what setbacks I face, I cannot admit defeat. If one packet is blocked, I must simply find another. There we go. That's the Miles Edgeworth I know. Now let's find that new path forward. We can start by trying to figure out how Mr. Knight brought that chisel into the prison. Right, how would Mr. Knight manage to bring a chisel in here?
Take that!
Usually, it wouldn't be possible to bring a metal object into this facility undetected. Because of the security gates, right? Correct. But we already know that checks at one of the gates haven't been entirely thorough of late. Namely, the gate at the entrance to the detention center. I'm gonna take a drink real quick. Chat, I'm drinking some sugar-free Fanta. What's your opinion on orange sodas? Mid. I think that's valid. I think that's valid. It's called Royal where I grew up. I like Grant Fanta better. Ooh. Or in a desert island, then maybe. Now, saying you like grape Fanta better to me is kind of based. I'm actually a big fan of grape Fanta as well. I love fruit sodas in general. Orange soda with a raw egg cracked in it for stomach aches. What the fuck? How would that help? Does it make you throw up? Is that how it helps with the stomach ache? By forcibly ejecting whatever's causing it? Make you more sick. Hey! No, it actually kind of tasted nice. What the fuck? Didn't forget the stomach ache. It was just the orange soda. Insane. But let me tell you why. The reason I like orange sodas or like grape sodas is because almost all of them are caffeine free. And I know Anna likes to make fun of people like me. If I have a full can of soda, it's too much caffeine for me. The Orange Julius. Orange Julius's are pretty good. So, isn't like Sprite caffeine free? I do be getting Sprite every so often too. Sprite, ginger ale, orange soda. That's my my trifecta of sodas I can drink regularly. Had raw egg in it. Wild. Actually wild. Okay, this is still the thing. I'm gonna let this flashback go by. I already know, obviously, all of this. All right. Second question, chat. I don't know why I'm in a mood of telling you what I ate. First of all, I had chili for dinner. Homemade chili. We spent like maybe actually 2 hours making it because we still don't have a kitchen, but we did it. I didn't really do much. Not this time, at least. Too many cooks. Actually, I spent like 45 minutes looking for the stuff to make the chili, which was a pain in the ass. But I had some chili, 2 bowls of it. I was so fucking hungry. And then for dessert, because like chili is like salty, it's savory, it's very like the strong flavors, right? I wanted something sweet for dessert. So I ended up having a drumstick. I know, I'm lactose intolerant. I took some Lactaid, don't worry, I'll be fine. How's everyone's opinions on drumsticks? I'm interested. Like the ice cream. Yes, the ice cream. The fudge core ones are good. Okay. Mine did not have a fudge core. Mine was just vanilla. And I'll tell you why. These soggy so often. True. More dairy than lactose tolerant people. Get it twisted. People who love dairy more end up getting lactose intolerant. It's just how it been. I don't think I've had them before. They're okay. Here's the thing. I actually don't really like the top of a drumstick all that much, but I fuck up a chocolate coated waffle cone. It might be one of my favorite things. Like a crisp waffle cone with a chocolate interior with some vanilla ice cream is fantastic. I fucking love waffle cones. Like good waffle cones. I love chocolate, so yeah, chocolate coated waffle cones are very good. It's pretty good. I agree. They have chocolate at the bottom. Yeah, it's just true. How do they get chocolate on the bottom? Usually it's because they're coating the inside and then the chocolate gets down to the bottom and creates like a core there. That's it. That's right there is a fantastic waffle cone. We've been very lucky with these drumsticks. They've all had very crisp waffle cones, which is exactly what I want. A crisp waffle cone with a wonderful chocolate coating on the inside and just some vanilla ice cream. It's perfect. And then I had an English muffin for breakfast. Yeah, it's just how it be. I was busy, man. Speaking of which, I look over at the fucking Deadlock Discord. It's just like 6 teams just talking. They be yapping. They be yapping. Stuff's still not full. Who cares? Look here. Oh? Okay. The Great... Yo, wait! MPT's playing more of the Great Ace Attorney? Let's go! Uncle Dane is a very good Santa man. True. I cannot express to you how good the Great Ace Attorney is, alright? Anytime someone plays it, I'm hyped. Anyway, let's get back to playing this. I've done with things I've eaten today. Advantage of this little oversight and had Mr. Saint bring him the chisel, hidden inside his pocket chess set. That does answer one of our questions, and it suggests that the chisel was indeed Mr. Knight's and not Mr. Canis's. However, we still have one rather pressing problem to address. That of the security footage in which Knight is attacked by a dog. How does one explain it if Mr. Canis was not the culprit? But then how do you explain his prints not being on the murder weapon? This one's a real three-piper. The court, too, finds itself wanting for a satisfactory explanation. Wait, sir, I think I might be time to show you another one of my secret weapons. Introducing secret weapon number 4. Little V. What sort of name is that? Detective. Oh, wait, shit. He does have another secret weapon. Anyway, you can use it to analyze the video footage. An excellent idea. Perhaps then you might finally see that I am telling the truth. Who knows if there's anything to be found, but it has to be worth a try. All right. Want me to talk you through how to use it, sir? Seeing as I'm not exactly familiar with video analysis techniques, perhaps I should hear him out. Sure, why not? We could, like, enter the Matrix. You're little thief, baby. If you could run me through its functions, detective, that would be the most appreciated. Yes, sir! So basically, you just gotta do what you always do. Examine anything that catches your eye. And I can examine things I can see with what I see. Next up, those controls you see at the bottom of the screen. Panels on the left and right rewind or fast forward. And you can use the middle one to pause. Get used to those, and you're golden, sir. As soon as I can also press RB to fast forward, or I can press A to pause. Got it. When the video's paused, you can go to the previous frame with LB or next frame with LB. RB. Or just use the control panel. Lastly, I better say to you how to zoom in. Just line up the cursor with the area you want to take a closer look up. You press the bottom of the light, and Riddle V will do the rest. Got that 2 expanding arrows on it. Can't miss it, sir. It appears that I can zoom in by pressing X, too. By the way, when you're zoomed in, you can still examine stuff just like in regular view. And you can make use of a previous and next frame to see what's happening. Only thing you can't do when you're zoomed in is play the footage, so there's that. I see, I'll zoom out again. Just press the lower panel and see how it's gone from expanding to collapsing the arrows there? That's because you're zoomed in. Me, when I'm a DS game, be like, that about sums it up. Now let's fire a little V up for real. Remember, just examine anything that catches your eye and you'll do fine. Footage from Knight's holding cell. Other than the victim being attacked by the dog, I can't see why it might show us anything. But suppose we're wrong, what could we be looking at instead? Could the person in the footage be someone other than Knight? If so, could whatever's attacking them be something else too? I should keep both questions in mind while reviewing the footage. You never know what you're gonna see once you start looking at things up close. Check every detail, sir. You'll find something, I'm sure. One in this footage seems odd. Zoom in. Figures reflected in the mirror here too. Is that a hat? Say, doesn't that look like the hat the guards wear, sir? Ah, geez, is that what I think it is? Have there been any reports of one of the animals attacking a guard recently? Not that I've heard of. So this may not be a guard at all, but someone dressed as one. Perhaps this might shed a light on the matter of the hat.
Take that!
So, no guards have reported technology when they were still using VHS. True. So, no guards have reported being attacked by an animal, as we know. But we did hear about a guard's spare uniform being stolen. Could the person in the security footage perhaps be someone disguised as a guard? Someone attempting to escape without being noticed? A guard disguise? I guess it might work. Wait, weren't we just talking about someone? We were indeed. Someone who seems to have successfully made his escape. If the person in the footage isn't Knight, then the creature may not have been a dog either. You're right, sir. Let's zoom in and check. Bro, that looks like a fucking dog. I'm gonna be honest, that shit's a dog, 100%. A ghost, perhaps. You add motion blur. Zoom in. That's a tail. I must be seeing things. What I need to do is figure out who this person really is. That's... What? Motion blur to the camera, true. Zoom in. What do you mean? Okay. Televised TV drama camera edit. Enhance, enhance. Time to go frame by frame, I guess. I guess so, huh? I pressed zoom. Whoops, pressed the wrong button. Okay, it's not gonna let me use that. Sir, look. I suspect you may have made a critical error of judgment. What we're looking at here is no dog. The animal is a bear. That's not a dog, it's a bear. What? So the power prints from the photo I took were not canine, but ursine. A bear, so could that mean... Yes, I think it could. After all, who else do we know with such a pet? We had assumed that it was Knight in the security footage. Well, it was his cell. It's hardly a crazy theory. Perhaps, but now that we know about the hole under the bed, it is no longer the only possibility. Whoever had access to the tunnel could very well be the one caught on camera. And who was that, Mr. Edgeworth? Would you care to tell the court who you believe this person to be? The person in the security footage is...
Take that!
I believe I know who our guard in disguise is. It's none other than Rocco Carcero, the prisoner who recently escaped from this facility. I'm confident it's him because I was assigned to a polar bear cub as his companion. But the bear in that video is all black, indeed. And we have evidence that explains why. Polar bear's dark fur is... Are you fucking kidding me?
Take that!
Recall, if you will, Mr. Frank Sawwitt's testimony. That's the rubber glove I dropped. Okay, fuck, man. Mud pack! Hello, Nova. What's up? Yeah? Alright. The more in the zone I got, the darker the animal's fur became. There's no trace, quite like the trance items when Sly was an animal on the neck. Yeah, okay. Well, the circus performance was underway. He was giving one of the animals a mud pack treatment. It's all black and white. Indeed, it's the other side is dirt. It's not blood. Indeed, our polar bear. Mr. Edgeworth, your latest assertion simply introduces yet another contradiction. Footage from the security camera. I fully understand, Your Honor, and your doubts are entirely justified. Mr. Sargent mentioned applying the mud pack while the circus performance was underway. This does indeed introduce a new contradiction concerning the security footage. It does, yes. Let's put it this way. When would you expect the footage to be recorded, Kai? It was taken right after he applied the mud pack treatment. It should have been around 9 a.m. In which case, something isn't right about the footage. Really? And what's that? What new contradictions does the security footage relate to when it was recorded? The fucking time! This is how it said he administered the treatment at around 9 a.m. In which case, the security footage should also show a time around 9 a.m. However, this timestamp says 6:42! On the day of the murder, the prisoners all went out to the courtyard to watch the circus, except 3, Mr. Canis remaining in his cell in maximum security. Mr. Sott, who was administering a mud pack treatment in the workshop, and Rocco Carcerato, who had been awaiting that precise moment to put his escape plan into action. Hello, Nova. If you entrusted the bear to Mr. Sot before entering the tunnel. What? What? What are you looking at me for? Yeah, that's what I thought, punk. And the bear then slipped out of the Mr. Sot's grasp to run after its human. Mr. Sot would have left the workshop to pursue the bear, at which point he saw Mr. Kansas' dog retrieving the murder weapon from the knight's body. It all fits perfectly, except for the security footage, which should have been recorded from around 9 a.m. However, the timestamp is 3 hours off. But why would the timestamp be wrong? Detective, I'd like for you to have the security camera examined right away, please. I'm back, sir. I just talked to the guard and... Seems like the time codes on the stance of cameras if they lose power. What? They're pretty old, sir. Guess the clock stops when the power's off. Which means the power was off for approximately 3 hours at some point. That's not all, sir. You remember how Knight denied stealing the keys? No one believed him, considering, well, you know, he seemed kind of like the only suspect. Turns out, that wasn't all he said. He also said he was knocked out cold, just like the other guy. Which might not necessarily have been a lie. Darlings, there you all are. How goes the investigation? Is there anything I can do to help things along? Actually, there might be something we can do for you, Miss Warden Lagarde. The escapee, Mr. Carcerata. I believe he may still be on the premises. He is disguised as a guard. Here's the proof should you need it. We're reasonably certain that the person captured on this tape is our man. And if I'm correct, he might even be right here in this room with us right now. Hey, Mr. Carcerata would have been wearing a bracelet, right? Yes, that could easily be hidden under the sleeve of his stolen uniform. Furthermore, the doors out of the prison proper don't have those sensors that detect the bracelets installed. So if you avoid doors with sensors, he could simply wait for an opportunity to finally make his escape. Well, yes, I suppose he could. He'd just have to avoid the workshops and cells, and oh my. He's one of you, isn't he? He's right here, right now! Literally among us. Look, it's Teddy. Hey, paws off. Get your mitts off me, you big palooka. Thank you, Teddy. Very kind of you to confirm our suspicions. Kirk, dang it, kid. If it wasn't for you, I'd, What a thing to be loved, huh, Mr. Carcerado? I'm almost envious. Guards, apprehend this man. A moment, if you will. I have some questions for our would-be escapee. We are to learn the truth. I need to speak with him. With your permission, of course. I can hardly say no now, can I? Well, come on, then hit me with your best shot. Mr. Carcerado's escape route directed to Knight's cell. It's highly possible he has something to offer. Tell me what you were doing on the day Mr. Knight's body was discovered. He'd be fighting. So it was you guys, huh? You're the ones who found my secret getaway tunnel. You know how long it took for me to dig that freaking thing? I had me a guard's uniform, so a whole dug and a plan in place. So I went for it on the day you found the guy. But then this little guy just had to come right after me. The sack of fur was covered in mud too. Had to go back to our cell. Yeah, no, that sounds right. I would have gotten away with it if someone had an off night and brought you bums down here. You need to have dug that tunnel just now. How exactly did you do it? How? Used everything I could get my hands on, see? Hammers, spoons, you name it. Spent every dime I had on this cockamamie fixer. Now what do I gotta show for it now, huh? Do not be disheartened, friend. Tomorrow is another day. There's an outside chance Mr. Carcerado and Knight met face to face just before Knight's death. I just see what other details I can extract from him. Alright. We found my secret getaway tunnel. Yup. The tunnel, you shut up. Who's you telling to hold it? The tunnel you said you don't know nothing. You don't know what I had to do. Had to come crawling to the fixer monk. Had to grovel and kowtow day after day after day. How are you gonna give me back the hours, huh? The days, the months? I can't get a word in edgewise. You should never shoot your nose in my tunnel. Never. You know how long it took me to dig that freaking thing?
Hold it!
Months? So the tunnel was all your work? Every inch. You see anyone else in my cell when you was there? That's quite an effort, even for an athlete. Yeah, now that I think of it, that's an insane amount of digging for one guy. Well, yeah, you don't even know the half of it, kid. But it ain't like I had a choice. Trust nobody and don't get caught. Them's the rules a con's gotta live by. Huh, you know, the rules of being a great thief are pretty similar. Okay, I'd rather you didn't start sympathizing with the suspect. I was just joking, Mr. Edgeworth. It ain't no stinking joke to me. You punks owe me. The guard unit a dark hole and a plan in place, so I went for the day you found the guy. Uniform, was that from the fixer too? Uh-huh, sure was. Heard he had something on one of the guards. Had the guy swipe it from a pal's locker. And when were you wearing it when you were crawling through the tunnel? Nope, would have gotten dirt on it. Had to hold on to it until I was to the holding cell. Once I was out of there and all dressed up, opening the cell door should have been a piece of cake. Here we go, I think. Freedom beckons. And the furball here jumps at me, which would be the moment captured on camera. I see. I'd be grateful if you could add that to your testimony. Oh, that tunnel. Dressed up. Opening the cell door should have been a piece of cake. Opening the cell door should have been a piece of cake, you say? Sure. Anything seems easy after dragging yourself through a hole in the ground. And you were familiar with the layout of the detention center, even though you lived in the prison. But why wouldn't I be? It ain't like I'd never been there before. He's familiar with the detention center, then you have surely been aware that unlike the doors in the main prison, the holding cell doors are locked with actual keys. And I'm sure Mr. Serrata would have needed that particular piece of evidence to make his escape.
Hold it!
When was it that you realized you were being pursued? Right after I'd gotten out of the tunnel, right when I thought I was home free. You didn't notice anything before that. When you were in the tunnels, perhaps? Nah, he wasn't around, I made sure of it. Knew the little guy would have been all over me like a rash if he had been. I was so close I could smell it, and then there he was, the little bum. Hey, don't you think you're being a little mean to your friends? Poor Teddy. Mean nothing, he rubbled me last time and now he's rubbled me again. Kid's all over me, what am I supposed to do? Coming after me yesterday was bad enough. Objection! That polar bear's a cop? True. All right. You claim that leaving the holding cell would have been a piece of cake, as you put it. Yeah, you got a problem with that? Because we can make it a problem if you catch my drift. Even once you reached Knight's cell, you still had another door to contend with. How exactly did you plan on opening it? Mr. Carcerato, I posit that leaving the cell would have been a piece of cake only because you had the key. I don't got no stinking key. I didn't need one. It was a piece of cake because the door was open. I walked right out. Objection! Yes, I suppose Knight's cell was vacant by that point. There would have been no reason to lock it. And it was indeed unlocked when I went to examine it for myself. So perhaps when you finally succeeded today, it truly was unlocked because it was after the murder. But you had attempted to escape previously. Yeah, the scary footage shows that when you tried and failed because Teddy caught you, which was during the circus performance before the body was discovered. The holding cell was still locked at that time because no one knew that Knight had been killed yet. Therefore, you must have had the key to a cell on you. Without it, your escape would not have been possible. Jerk. Grab. Are you saying? Could he really have? I believe he could, yes. The thief of the key was, in fact, perpetrated by none other than Mr. Carcerato. He is the one who attacked the guard. Damn. You know, he looks pretty threatening, honestly. And not just the guard, Knight too. All to gain possession of the guard's keys. It wasn't me, you lousy bum. I didn't even know this Knight guy. Objection. After you stole the keys, you went back to your cell to avoid suspicion. And then you waited for the perfect moment to escape, a moment when the prison would be almost deserted. That's right, the moment of the show, just before the discovery of the body. Unluckily for you, that particular attempt was thwarted by your furry friend. Hold it. Says who, huh? You got proof, genius? This ain't your win yet? Nuh-uh. Knight knocked the guard out for the count, and everyone knows it. Don't play games with me. Knight was as much a victim as the guard in this case. As a matter of fact, I have proof that Knight had been attacked in his cell.
Take that!
We found traces of Knight's blood on the cleanly wiped floor of his cell. What could possibly explain such a thing other than having been attacked? And it was you who attacked him. You ambushed the both of them and stole the keys. Brah! Why, I oughta. What's with you, huh? That newspaper wiped that blood up good. Ain't no way you should have found it. Oh, brother, you can't say that! Okay, but why did you think you had to wipe it up anyway? If they checked Knight in the guard's hands, they would have seen those two never came to blows. For that blood to give up the whole game, ain't no way they don't figure out there was a third man in the ring. Plus, once they started sniffing around on the floor, they would have found the tunnel in a heartbeat. Except for us, of course, who didn't. Sadly, the opportunity you sought wasn't good enough to get you clear over the prison, it seems. Now, hand over the keys. Jerk, ja, hurt. Right in the kisser. Yeah. Bro's a punch-out character. Yeah, KO'd by a lousy stinking bum. Fine, you want keys? Here. I hope you choke on him. How did he do that himself? I don't know, maybe he was picking up acting as part of his rehabilitation.
Overruled.
Overruled. Wait a moment, if Mr. Carcerato had the keys. Indeed, Your Honor. Your theory relies on Knight having used the keys he allegedly stole to escape his cell. That was the only way he could have been able to enter Mr. Saint's cage and be moved to the workshop, unfortunately for you. Hello, Tim Waltz, Americans, potential vice president. Okay, Barb's memeing. He's memeing because in my friend Discord, they're talking about how Tim Waltz is currently playing WoW. Hiya! No! Guess this changes things up a bit, yeah? He's what? People, we better leave! No, the only person who could have moved Knight's body is the one person who knew about that tunnel. No, you gotta be freaking... Mr. Carcerato, you're under arrest. Come quietly now, pal. Wait, you got the wrong buy. I didn't do nothing. All right, fine, I knocked those two chumps out. And I stole the keys. But after that, I went right back to my cell and waited for my moment. The next time I went to Knight's cell, there was nobody around. I mean, nobody. Plus, his body was found in the workshop. You think I just magicked my way in there or something? Couldn't even have gotten him out of my cell. Indeed, you only had the key to Knight's cell. You couldn't have left your own cell back to your prison, but Mr. Candace's dog could. What? It was not you, but Helmet, who moved the body from your cell to the workshop. I get it now. You're saying he wasn't the only con in this conspiracy. Indeed, one can easily imagine that Mr. Carcerato and Mr. Candace might have worked together. Mr. Carcerato could have killed Knight and dragged him back to his cell. And then Mr. Candace's dog took him from there to the workshop. There's no restrictions on the animal's movements within the prison. Movement between the detention center and the prison proper, however, is tightly controlled. There's only one possible route, and only you could have taken advantage of it, Mr. Carcerato. Hold it. How can you be so sure, huh? Maybe there's more of them and you just don't know. Something tells me that digging a single tunnel was arduous enough. You got that right. You try scraping more than one hole in the dirt with a spoon. Lucky for me, I didn't have to dig the whole way. Somebody already did a bunch of the work for me. What? You didn't dig the entire tunnel yourself? Nope. Found it when they put me in that cell. Ran all the way from there to the well in the yard already. Even looked down the well to check it from there. It was the same tunnel, all right. I knew it was Polly. I just made good on what somebody else already started. Then what was the original tunnel for? Who knows? You're the one with all the answers, pal. Maybe someone else tried to break out. Oh, or maybe the animals dug it. Like to get water from the well or something. Okay, now you're just bullying Kay. How dare you? Well's dry, kid. Ain't no water to be had down there. Though, come to think of it. A smell. Yeah. Always smelled kinda nice down there. Nice? Gee, I don't know. It smells sort of like dessert, I guess. A sweet scent. That sounds very familiar. Where did we come across a sweet scent before?
Take that!
Gas leak is real. Detective Gumshoe noticed a sweet smell when we were examining Knight's body. With the help of a police dog, we followed the scent of body and found its traces route back to the prison. And that, Mr. Carcerado, was how we found your tunnel. Could that same sweet scent be what you noticed coming from the well? Very clever, Mr. Edgeworth. You mean to suggest that this is evidence that the body had been moved through the tunnel? I do. Furthermore... Alright, buddy, you don't have to scream, Jesus. Gas leak is real? So true, actually. Mr. Carcerata, you're the only person who could have done it. No one else had access. You have our thanks, Mr. Carcerado. Truly. Finally, the truth comes into view. Now, unburden yourself. It is time. Confess your role in this tragic incident. What? You ain't pinning this on me. I'm glad to see that we are finally in agreement, Your Honor. Oh, if only we were, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Carcerata may have been an accomplice, but no of Mr. Canis. No, he was working with Mr. Knight. Hold it. What do you mean? I do not believe that he moved Mr. Knight's body. Instead, I believe he lent Mr. Knight the use of the key he stole. You gotta be kidding me. Granted, it seems likely that he attacked Mr. Knight. That doesn't necessarily... He admitted to it! But that doesn't necessarily mean that Mr. Knight was knocked unconscious as a result. And what if he wasn't? What if he and Mr. Carcerado had reached a certain agreement? What kind of agreement exactly? Mr. Knight was plotting an escape for which he required the means of leaving his cell. And here was precise means, in the form of keys Mr. Carcerado had just stolen from the guard. Passed through Mr. Knight's cell in order to effect his own escape. Needed only to shout and alert the guards, and Mr. Carcerado's plans would have been ruined. And so, the two struck a deal. Hold it. Lady, the only striking I do is with my fist. My, still you deny it. So, we're agreeing that we still disagree. Mr. Knight had Mr. Carcerado unlock his cell so that when Mr. Sane arrived, he could escape into the cage. Mr. Sane was then able to move him into the prison proper. Just as planned. Aha! And then he took Mr. Knight into the workshop and did the dirty deed. Were neither of you listening? The scent on Mr. Knight's body proves that it was taken through the tunnel. It was moved from his cell to the... Perhaps if you would let me finish, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm not denying that Mr. Knight's body was moved through the tunnel. Then what are you driving at? Is this a trick question? As you say, Mr. Edgeworth, the sweet scent shows the route the body took. However, it did not enter the tunnel from Mr. Knight's cell. Huh, then how did it get down here? There's another possibility, one you seem to have overlooked. The well in the yard. Could a body not have entered from the tunnel there? The well in the yard. Oh yeah, that thing. Mr. Sane did not take the cage to the workshop. He took it outside. There he killed Mr. Knight, threw his body down the well. Okay. Mr. Canis' dog then tried Mr. Knight's body through the bottom of the well. Okay. On that note, I would ask you to recall something. What was happening in the yard at the approximate time of the body's discovery? The circus show, right? Regina and Simeon were performing for everyone. Wait. Simeon. Ah! Ah, indeed. And you see how it must have also been him who disposed of the body. Judge Gavel is a truly formidable opponent. She so effortlessly adjusted her theory to fit the facts. Heyo! Fumo? Let's go. We love the Fumo. Don't we, folks? Fumo revival? Back from the dead? Double Fumo? We love to see it. Block the screen now. Ample time to throw the body down the well. I'm sure you agree. Your deduction is impressive, Your Honor. However, even supposing that Knight's body was indeed thrown down the well, you cannot conclusively say it was during the show. Could have happened at a different time. My sympathies, Mr. Edgeworth, but it simply could not have. What? Mr. Carr Serrano was using the tunnel around the time the show began. Mr. Carciaro, did you happen to trip over a corpse while you were down there? No. Place was clean. Gurk. The body had been at the bottom of the well before the show began. Mr. Carcerano would have seen it. We saw no such thing. 1/2 Final Fantasy DLC. Fuck Omega Weapon. Lamau. The first DLC is not that long. The second DLC is a bit longer. But I think you'll be able to beat it in time for Metaphor. Let's go. In the workshop after the show. In summary, the body must have been thrown down the well and moved to the workshop at some point during the show. Tell me, who else could have done that but Mr. Saint? No. Well, what do we do, Mr. Edgeworth? If the body did indeed enter the tunnel from the well, things don't look good for Mr. Saint still. Your Honor, your theory is still that, a theory. And I posit that you lack evidence to back it up. I concede that for the moment, I do not. May I suggest that we investigate the yard again? Yeah, very well. May the goddess of justice go with you. And perhaps to the courtyard, we can finally put this case to rest. What's that sound? Yikes, is there a fire? Somebody else escaped. Should we maybe skip town too? Darlings, please. There's nothing to be alarmed about. Which, I mean, that's not an alarm. It's a dinner bell. Although I suppose it is a rather alarming if you aren't used to it. No, but where did you go? I saw you enter the room. Ah, there you are. That certainly scared the hell out of me. I'm so sorry, Sweet Pea. I hope you can forgive us. All right, you two, back to your posts. Chop chop. As for you, Rocco Carcerado, it's time you went back to your room. Yeah, fine. I get the picture. Come on, Teddy. We're out of here. He's not getting out early. Warden Lagarde, we'd like to take one more look around the yard now. Oh, darlings, don't you have homes of your own to go to? Visiting hours are over, I'm afraid. Tomorrow, No, it's imperative that we investigate it right away. I think we've had quite enough excitement for one day, don't you? Murderers, escapees, so eventful. It's time our guest went home to Betty Buys, isn't it? Yes, it is. Ugh. Come on now, darling, don't make me bore you with all that I am the warden. This is an order nonsense. Warden Lagarde is right. Her word is law here, and we must respect her wishes. Mr. Edgeworth, your investigation of the yard will have to wait until tomorrow. You may keep your badge for now. The matter of your standing can wait. I bid you all good day. What are you waiting for, kitty? Fucking hate that. Off you go. Fine, at least there is a tomorrow for me. Judge Gavel believes that Knight's body was dropped down the well and then taken through Mr. Carcerado's cell to the workshop. But is that truly the case? Do the facts really support her theories? She also seems to believe Mr. Saint had to be the one to move the body. But was he really the only one with the opportunity to do so? Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. Tomorrow's another day. We'll figure out a way to save Simone. I know we will. She ditched the child for us. I don't think so. I'll prove that Mr. Saint is innocent beyond a shadow of a doubt. Ah! What? Okay, I have to. Crime scene recreation. Okay. Do I keep going or leave this for tomorrow? I feel like if I keep going, I'm fucking myself over. Yeah, I remember last time. Get it twisted. You know, on Monday for maps, I think it was me and Theo. You don't know Theo. Don't worry about it. We're talking about the first game and how the fucking last case is so bad. It's so long. It's so stupid. I can't get over it. Oy. Ugh. But no, I'm like yawning a lot. I should probably just stop here. Been a long day. I need to go recover some energy, as they say. And in that case, that'll be it for Ace Attorney. So the current schedule for Metaphor is hope and pray that I get it via under the table methods legally. Of course, I would never play a game that's illegally obtained on stream. And if I don't know what I do. We'll figure that out on Saturday. I got you, brother. Hold. Listen, I appreciate the offer, but I may or may not. I would go check my Discord for a second. Actually, let's just say, don't worry about it. I will send a message in my Discord if I have to worry about it. Understand? Hint, hint, wink, wink. Perhaps. Yeah, you get it. Stare. Don't worry about it. But one way or another, hopefully we'll be playing Metaphor. Because boy howdy, am I excited. Who wouldn't be? I saw Guha today was playing the demo for it. I don't think Guha's here, but I bet they enjoyed it. Regardless, gamers, have yourselves one of these. I think I might try to go to sleep early instead of just regular early. Yo, have I mentioned how I got a fucking shiny Snorlax in Pokemon Sleep? I'm losing my mind on how every time I open up the damn thing, it does the shiny thing, and I'm like, oh shit. And it's just the Snorlax. I'm like, God damn it. I keep getting fooled. Tomorrow is Tenpai Day. Oh, you're right. Well, thankfully, I'm not playing Yu-Gi-Oh! On stream. Oh, man. Masochist is going to be hell when Tenpai's out, huh? Play Mahjong instead. Nice synchro zone, by the way. I know, right? Yeah, Nova? Oh yeah, Nova's pretty mad. No, we won't be playing Yu-Gi-Oh! We're gonna be finishing up this case for sure tomorrow. And my actual streaming schedule will be, like I said, intermittent games, then Metaphor. I'm not going to exclusively stream Metaphor for like the next month, although I might. Do get it twisted. I have been known to do this. Goes on as long as the last case from the last game. Luckily, that would put us at about the halfway point. I think I could finish it tomorrow if that's the case. Even if I have to go over a little. I'll make sure I have like my tea at like 1 p.m. I'll make sure I don't do much energy-wise. I'll eat good food. I'll make sure I'm ready to go. Today, it's just been a long fucking day of me actually like having to do my moderation job. Some buy Steam games in there. Oh boy. No, thank you. Ah, Dan Jr. Welcome to the end of the stream. Let's take a look. I want to see something real quick, real quick. My favorite thing to do is to look at what the new and trending games are and see what we got, right? And I gotta say, what? Bad Parenting 1, Mr. Redface. Oh, unfortunately, I have adult content switched off on Steam, so I don't see those games. Is to play games I already own. Boy, isn't that the truth. I love playing new games. I love the experience of playing a new game. I know, kind of cringe, but it's true. Bum. All right. I think I'm all set. I don't think anything else. That one-person prison game. There's that. Like I said, that won't ever show up on my feed, thankfully. Thankfully. Hey, Reverse 1999 is coming to Steam soon. That's pretty poggers. Yippee! Anyway, what? Yeah, you're playing it. Get it twisted. True. All right. Is it time for me to start playing again? Life? Maybe. All right, everyone. NSYNC won the boy band worlds. If only. I will see all of you tomorrow with more of this. Hopefully, I will be less exhausted. Will I still yawn a bunch? You know it. Nova knows it too. She just booked it up those stairs. Damn. I'll see you all then. Have a great rest of your night. Bye-bye.